Hey, what is going on, guys? Xpertfusion here, and in honor of tomorrow being the reveal for Call of Duty World War II Zombies, which is obviously a non-Treyarch zombie mode, I thought we should do the top 5 best non-Treyarch zombie maps. So far there are only 8 non-Treyarch zombie maps, including 4 maps in Advanced Warfare and 4 maps so far in Infinite Warfare. We're still going to get one more guaranteed map for DLC 4. Possibly more if they decide to do DLC 5 sort of thing. I don't know, but right now we have 8 maps that are non-Treyarch, and most people would say these are not as good as Treyarch maps, which I totally agree with. But the top 5 of these maps are actually maps that I would compare with Treyarch maps. I would put up higher than a lot of Treyarch maps for the top 5. But the 3 that are honorable mentions, or would be 6, 7, and 8 on my list, are not even close to most Treyarch maps. They might be higher than like Transit and like higher than 5 or something, but they're not high at all. And let's just get those ones out of the way. So number 8, or my least favorite, would be Infection, which is DLC 2 from Infinite Warfare, or not Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare, the one with the Burger Town. It's just a stupid map. Number 7 is Outbreak, the first ever map that Advanced Warfare came out with in Exo Zombies, and the first non-Treyarch map. So it was really, weird going into it because we had no idea what to expect since we've only seen Treyarch zombies before this. So seeing that was just a little strange, but it definitely worked and it was definitely fun. Now number 6 would be Descent, which was DLC 4 from Exo Zombies, and I don't know about this map. I mean, it was good at first, but it kind of got old pretty quickly and it kind of felt repetitive. It didn't have much of replayability as what of course it should have, but that's that. Those are the 3, I guess, dishonorable mentions. I don't know. But they're the 3 worst maps, I would say, that are non-Treyarch maps. Now let's get into the top 5. So this is not including Extinction, by the way. I'm not including any of that, just zombies, specifically maps. So coming in at number 5, we have Shaolin Shuffle. Now, Shaolin Shuffle is DLC 2 of Infinite Warfare and takes place in New York City in the 1970s. This map was actually not that exciting at first. I wasn't very excited for this map. I wasn't like as excited as I was for DLC 1 or DLC 3 or even just for Spaceland itself when it came out first. But this map pack, I don't know what it was, but I just didn't have any interest in it. I mean, it was all kung fu fighting stuff and I was like, yeah, it's not going to work. But it ended up being an okay map. I definitely enjoyed it. I definitely did not enjoy it better than the other top 4 here, but it was definitely a good map in its own right. And a lot of people like to put this map as like number 1 for their favorite Infinite Warfare maps or their favorite non-Treyarch zombie maps. And I'm just like, I don't know. It wasn't my thing. I think that's where I sit on it. I didn't like how there was like no wonder weapons basically, because I mean the kung fu abilities weren't really wonder weapons, and they kind of sucked for the most part. I mean sometimes they were good, sometimes they weren't. I guess you did have the katana and the nunchucks, I guess, but they're like more melee weapons than anything really. You definitely had cool pack-punch camo, cool pack-punch system. It was a little confusing because there's so many different parts for the pack-a-punch, which can be kind of obnoxious. And I mean the boss zombie isn't that cool. I mean it's freaking rollerblading zombies. It's really not that great. And the map's kind of small compared to the other Infinite Warfare maps. It's definitely very, very small. I do like the music though. They have some good fucking music on that map. Music is a big part in Infinite Warfare, and I'd say there's some awesome music on this map for sure. So that comes in at the number 5 spot. Now coming in at the number 4 spot, we have the only Exo Zombies map that I actually enjoy and like to go back to and play, and I can compare it to some Treyarch maps and even put it in my top 5 non-Treyarch zombie map list. And that is Carrier, which was DLC 3. And this map blew everyone away because DLC 1 was okay, DLC 2 was pretty shit, and then we were like, alright, we're not going to get anything good out of this. This is going to be stupid. I mean, we'll give it a chance, but it's not going to be that great. And we saw the trailer. It looked pretty cool on a boat. We haven't had a map on a boat, really. I mean, on a carrier ship, even. And I'm telling you, this map is a lot of fun. I can have so much fucking fun on Carrier. It's not even funny. First of all, it's actually got a good wonder weapon. I mean, Stealth 3 Cauterizer is okay, but then the Magnetron on Infection was terrible. And then we actually got one of the coolest wonder weapons I think we've ever had in Call of Duty Zombies history, which was the LZ 75 Limbo, something like that. And this thing was one of the most unique wonder weapons we've ever had. You can see on the screen right now. It's such a cool wonder weapon. We had the Goliath zombies, which I thought were actually really, really awesome, which they were on DLC 2, but they were kind of like annoying on DLC 2. But on this map, they weren't really annoying. They kind of worked well, and they're actually fun to fight against. They had some awesome bomb defusing rounds, which I thought were actually really, really fun, and actually gave, replayability to the game. They make you, do around and actually do something. You don't have to sit around and train all the day. You can actually do stuff. They added a new perk, which was awesome. Same thing Shaolin Shuffle did, actually. They added a new perk, which I forgot to mention that. That was a good thing. But this map actually decided to add a new perk because DLC 2 didn't add one, and that was, of course, the Exo Stockpile, which let you hold more lethal and tactical grenades, which is pretty cool. They had the grenade disposal system, which is cool, the weapon disposal system. They had actually a pretty decent Easter egg. They had awesome traps. They had some cool environments like the sharks, and they had all this crazy stuff. It was a really, really well put out map, and I thought it was really cool. And it also had the spawning room. It had 2 spawn rooms, which was also pretty cool, kind of giving an homage back to Verrucht. Only Exo Zombies map I ever go back to and play. If I ever feel like playing Exo Zombies, which is not very often, I will go back to this map because this is actually a damn good map. So, good job, Sledgehammer, making a pretty damn good map. So, yeah. And now coming in at the number 3 spot, we have the newest map in Zombies, which is Attack of the Radioactive Thing. Now, this map, I was actually really freaking excited for it, and probably the most excited for any map. I guess I thought it looked cool. It was on a beach. It was in the 50s. It just looked really nice. Had a nice theme to it, and I was pretty excited for this. Now, I definitely think it was more of a letdown than I think. I was expecting this to be my favorite map. I was expecting this to be number 1, but it ended up being only number 3. And there's one reason why. It's the Wonder Weapon. The Wonder Weapon's cool, but it's not awesome. I mean, one thing that the 2 maps before this, Spaceland and Rave, really did well was their Wonder Weapons. They had 4 awesome Wonder Weapons. And I thought this map was going to do something similar. I loved that it had the Wonder Weapon from the box. It made the box actually being something you actually are going to hit a bunch of times. And I thought it was going to be really, really cool. Like, you were going to get it, and then you could upgrade it in 4 different elemental ways. And since everyone can get it, they can all get their own element. And that would be really, really cool. But it ended up not being that fun of an upgrade process. You just get these 3 parts around the map, and boom, it's upgraded. And it wasn't really all that special, in my opinion. I think the Easter egg is cool. It's got a cool boss fight and all that. But for the most part, it's not the greatest map in the world, but it's not that bad either. I think it's definitely better than Carrier and Shaolin, though. I did have a really good time on it. I do like how they added a new perk. I love that new perk. The Change Choose is actually really, really unique. Different than anything we've had before. The boss zombies are cool. I like the whole theme of the radioactivity stuff and the aliens and stuff, and how it kind of pays homage to Extinction. I love the Pack-a-Punch camo, which is actually really, really cool. I love the map design and layout and how big it is. It's a huge fucking map, and they have some awesome locations like the campsite. They have the what's it called? The motel, the baseball field, the beach, the town area, all that kind of stuff. The gas station. It's just a nice 50s type map, and it just feels good. And I like the black and white in the beginning is another thing that's really, really cool. I like all the new wall weapons they put on the wall. I like how Infinite Warfare does that. Instead of like what they did in Black Ops 3, literally having the same wall weapons on every single map, they spice it up and they put different wall weapons depending on what map it is, and I really like that, especially the DLC weapons. Like, they put the trencher on the wall, which was really, really cool. Overall, it's a good map. Not my favorite, but I'm hoping DLC 4 can be my favorite map, because these next 2 maps are going to be hard to beat. I know they will be. So coming in at the number 2 spot, we have Rave in the Redwoods. I actually really, really enjoy this map. It's definitely in my top like 20 zombie maps of all time, including Treyarch maps, and it's got some awesome things to it. So first of all, I love the bows. The elemental bows are really, really cool. They're fun. They're really, really good too. They're useful. I love the Yetis. They're a cool boss zombie. I love the fucking Slasher. The Slasher is generally scary and makes you piss yourself when he comes at you when you're in Rave mode. I like how Rave mode is useful, but it's also dangerous. It kind of has a good element of surprise there. I like the layout of the map. I love how big it is. I like all the different campsites. I love how it reminds me of Total Drama Island, if you guys ever seen that show. I love the fucking Pack-a-Punch system and how you go across, you build the boat and you go across to the island and get to the other side. I love Kevin Smith in the map. He definitely adds a cool air of funness to the map. I love the melee weapons in the beginning, how you don't start with the spawn pistol. I love, there's so much, man. There's a lot. The only thing this map that didn't do good, honestly, was didn't add a new perk. I love the music too. They got some cool music on this map. They got like the rave music in the rave area. That's cool. I like to go there and just listen to the music. Honestly, music is one of my favorite parts about Infinite Warfare Zombies. They have some awesome songs just chilling in their maps, and which is really awesome. Something I kind of missed at Attack of the Radioactive Thing. It definitely wasn't as keen on the whole music side of things, but it was still pretty cool. So yeah, that comes in at number 2 spot. And coming in at the number 1 spot has to be Zombies in Frickin' Spaceland. I fucking love this map. At first, I wasn't all crazy about it, but I fell into love this map as time went on. I mean, doing the Easter egg was so much fun. This was probably one of the most fun Easter eggs I've had in so long. I mean, the boss fight is so hard, and I love that. There's no shield to protect your back, so it makes it a lot harder. It's a lot harder than any Black Ops 3 map, in my honest opinion. And it was a great fucking time, and I had a good time on this map. You had 4 awesome one weapons. They're really, really cool. They're not OP, but they're not, you know, bad either. They're actually really, really fun to use, and they're really fun to build. You have awesome music. The 80s music is fucking amazing. I listen to that shit all day. It plays all around the map too, so you don't have to be in any specific area. No, it plays all around the map. You have awesome traps, awesome rides you can ride, like the roller coaster, which is so much fun. The arcade games, you can play all those arcade games and get all those tickets, and that's honestly fun. Just shooting hoops and zombies is actually a really good time. You have so many awesome things. You can buy stuff with the tickets. You have some 8 perks. I mean, obviously it was the first map out of it, so it was very, very exciting at first. And it blew me away. It honestly blew me away. You have the Brute, which is cool. The Clowns, which are awesome. Just amazing. Amazing. Honestly, best non-Treyarch map we've ever had. One of the best, honestly, in my opinion, maps, including Treyarch maps. It would be my top 10. It would be probably number 10, actually, not one of the best. But it would be up there. It's definitely, you know, competes with the higher maps that Treyarch makes that are very, very great. I think Spaceland is amazing. And I don't know if DLC 4 can top it, because I absolutely love this map. I love the theme park theme to it. I love theme parks, and I always wanted them to make a zombie map based off of a theme park, and the fact that they did it is just so awesome to me, and absolutely love it. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace out.